Oh no, the train of thought's gone. Too bad. There was more thoughts about getting a gorilla out on the break. It's just the discussion's just too heated.
There's Peter Europe.
Oh yeah.
I don't know why. I just assumed they were relegated to the U.S. because they have such a hand in U.S. politics.
So the thing is, you do have a pretty decent schedule of when. I've already forgotten her name, but I can look it up because I left that open. Brigitte Desch is on duty as over on call for night in case there's an emergency. Because the fact is, it's an emergency at night. If nothing comes up or nothing happens, she won't be needed to be called in. It's just, animal medical emergencies on call.
Does she have regularly scheduled time during the day?
Yes.
Okay.
She probably works, I wouldn't say 9 to 5, but she works shifts at the veterinary hospital, as far as you can tell. You're not sure of her exact schedule, but
Okay.
she is one of the top vets in there. She seems to be one of the top ones that specialize in the zoo animals, or exotic animals.
Okay.
I have an idea.
All right. What's the idea?
Fake PETA protest. Then we get someone. Then we basically just walk the gorilla out, but we get you to disguise as the vet, and then we get someone to pretend to be holding her at gunpoint. Because that'll put the suspicion on the PETA people. Because the vet, I don't know, it just seemed like it'd be a little weird. But
honestly, I have no issues framing PETA.
Yeah, I'm kind of trying to do this without any federal offenses that are obvious. Because staging a PETA protest and then having the veterinarian sneak in and get the gorilla out is not us doing anything illegal. It's her doing something illegal. And that's fine, because we don't care about her. So, we can then get it out, deal with the transport and everything. The suspicion will be on her. They will investigate her. We don't need to talk to anyone, ideally. So, no federal offense involved. Holding someone at gunpoint in front of anyone, very bad. Walking the gorilla out and having people notice us significantly, very bad. Having her caught on camera, fine.
Also, wouldn't it be suspicious if when they went to talk to her about being held at gunpoint, she was like, that never happened?
Mm-hmm. Also that.
That's fair.
Also, none of us can speak German.
I'm just...
Oh!
What I'm
Wie heißt du?
Also, none of us can speak German fluently.
Well, I'm just trying to think about how to get a second person into this. Because I should be there to help, well, ghoulify and extract the gorilla without problem.
Agreed.
Unless we want to drink it.
Make you a fake vet assistant ID?
The advantage of walking in and walking
They'd
out
probably changed that by now.
Is that Dawn can dress up in clothes to approximate this woman. We can apply some makeup to give her a very general appearance so that it's not difficult to assume that it's this veterinarian through a camera, as the goal will be to not have anyone see us except the cameras.
Mm-hmm.
And then get the gorilla out of there. We can also tranquilize her, or make it look like she got very drunk and blacked out, so that with the PETA setup and the mistreatment of the animals, and her getting drunk that night, she will not have an alibi. The reasoning for why she wants to help this gorilla escape will be plain, and all indications will be that she has completed this act, and we will not be suspected.
Very well. Definitely give it a couple weeks, though, just to let some of what we just did blow over.
And also start up the PETA outrage fire with a nice little match.
I'm gonna see if any of the information I got be used to basically, I guess, generate PETA outrage, you know?
I mean, generate PETA outrage is pretty easy, but the question is how.
I know.
How
but
do you
my
want
point
to?
is like maybe it could be like we could also say, oh, the setup from the previous night was PETA as well, or something. Like we use information that only someone who was part of that could know.
It's possible. I would say, if you want to do that, roll me a computer manipulation, actually.
Okay.
Because this one you're trying to use your ability to manipulate information and manipulate people.
Okay. I'm gonna assume my computer aptitude does it or does it not work.
I don't think this will work for this one in this case.
Okay.
Because the computer side of it is more like knowing where to go and, that kind of thing.
I know.
Yeah.
It's trying to figure out how to use them. What difficulty?
Ooh. Well, you're attempting to set up the fact that there's like a rumor that PETA attempted to break in already. We're trying to have information.
I think for the beginning we should just start it with oh man, I saw this veterinarian, sticking needles in this lion. How terrible, or something.
They're giving the animals vaccines. Make everyone angry.
Autistic lion.
If they vaccinate those pandas, the only baby they'll ever have will be autistic.
There was one other thing that I think would be an important question to ask. How are you going to make it, because there are a whole bunch of gorillas, how are you going to make it seem like the silverback is the most important to come out? Or to get out?
The great thing about this plan is it doesn't matter. Why she's doing it doesn't matter. The zoo is treating animals badly. Maybe she really wants to get that gorilla out because she specializes in gorillas. Maybe she really wants to get that gorilla out because she thinks it'll be the easiest one to get out because she can talk to it. Maybe it doesn't even matter because they're going to investigate her. She's not going to have a reason because she's not doing it.
All right. Okay. Well, make your check then, Worm.
What difficulty?
Oh, jeez. I'm going to have to definitely say just difficulty 8 for this one. It's a hard one to...
Can I help with my manipulation and persuasion expertise?
Sure. Roll me manipulation, persuasion, is that maybe persuasion skill, isn't it?
Persuasion is like I got 4 dots in manipulation.
Okay. Yeah.
Subterfuge.
Yeah, roll manipulation subterfuge. Just standard difficulty 6 and see how well you do.
Alrighty.
And if we want to frame PETA for the robbery, we just have to write the exact amount they stole online.
All right.
Do that after the fact. That's a good idea.
Okay.
Plans are never simple.
Was the 10 on the reroll of the 10?
Yeah, the 1 was on the reroll of the 10.
Okay, so ones on rerolls of 10 don't count as ones.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
So I just composed this glorious
Yeah.
speech.
Then you
For you.
can make the check for you. You can have 5 bonus dice then. Manipulation computers, difficulty 8, 5 bonus dice.
Okay.
Because this is probably going to be more than just one speech. This is probably going to... Oh, God. Well...
Oh.
I was hoping to
that's-
knock the difficulty down by 1,
I give him bonus dice from all your successes.
which is bad. The higher the difficulty is.
That's just kind of sure, but
Well...
generally,
Because if the difficulty went down by 1, then he'd have 1 success. Or if it went down by 2, he'd have... Oh, well, I guess he wouldn't have had the 5 extra dice. Never mind.
Okay, you put together something, and there does seem to be some kind of outrage you're creating.
I think basically what this says is we can't actually use the information I gathered. We can put something together, but it can't
I have an
be
idea of what's
anything-
happened as a result of your botch. Let me put it that way.
Okay.
You put out the words as best as you can to express them in a way that Nathan has told you to express them. But again, you're trying to put them into terms that people on Reddit or on forums would understand, and you're trying to in a nature that you're trying to convey that emotion, and it maybe doesn't work the way you want. You don't think, and you're using
And in German.
and in German, so you're translating it probably badly. And so you're putting this all together and using information that would have been acquired in a break into the zoo, into a break into the computer system. And you're trying to make it obvious that it seems like... you were trying to make it obvious that whoever broke in probably was the one that had got this information, right?
I don't think that was important.
I thought you were saying just to kind of link your previous break-in to what you're
No,
planning.
I was saying the first one was
we would
just
do
to
that.
start the outrage.
Yeah, no, we said we would do that afterwards.
Okay, so yeah, there does seem to be some kind of outrage growing in amongst the community. There seems to be arguments whether your information is correct or not, and it's hard to tell how many people are on board. Some people, don't seem to need a lot of information to have their outrage. Others are a little bit more wary. Definitely, it seems like. But there is a level of outrage being created.
Oh, also, we do want to send the werewolves to the zoo at one point.
Ryan. Oh, hi. I'll go. You want to just check it out during the day?
Yeah, just check it out during the day. See what goes on during the day.
Fun at the zoo.
Yep. And then give me a second to look up something here.
That's the problem, is we can't figure out what goes on during the day.
Well, we can. That's what Ryan's for.
Yeah.
See, we should just take Ryan to the zoo and be like, hey, we just found this really rare animal. Can you tell us what it is? And he turns into a giant cockroach and cause havoc. Then we sneak off with the gorilla while he's flying around scaring everyone.
Yeah, that doesn't break the masquerade.
Exactly. He's not a vampire.
I was gonna say, technically.
I think the entire idea of the Masquerade is to avoid all supernatural things. That is why other vampires do tend to clean up after other supernatural creatures occasionally. Usually you don't, depending on what he does, he could cause delirium, and that would cause people just to go crazy and be afterwards that was that. It was totally not a giant cockroach. That was a guy in a costume. On strings.
That's the nice thing about were creatures, is they actually cause direct delirium and direct mental effects.
Yeah. Unless you have a
rather
will
than
of
vampires.
Unless you have a will of 10 and or are kinfolk, you're gonna kind of be affected by delirium.
I don't know if this is in V20, but in 2nd edition, if you roll a natural 1 on basically if you get a crit failure on basically a lunacy check or delirium check, whatever it's called. It's called lunacy for werewolves, but then there's some other thing for other were creatures. Basically, you actually become what's called wolf-blooded and stuff, and it's like you gain supernatural powers yourself.
I don't think they quite have anything like that. Anyway, so I guess one of the days you send Ryan to the zoo. So when you get back, he actually has like a zoo T-shirt and like a hat, and he's got like a stuffed plushy polar bear under his arm. Oh, hi guys! Good to see you up. I had a great time at the zoo. I spent a lot of time there. I got to feed an animal. It was like a goat. It was great.
Cool. Did you notice there were any extra people kind of walking around with zoo uniforms?
Oh yeah.
Like, were there a lot of them?
It seems like they have some extra security on site. It seems like after everything that happened, they had that couple of days of being shut down, and now that they're back open, there's a little bit of extra security. The news has been going all about it. Zoo attack. Gang thugs. Rampaging for only 200 euros. Man. Apparently the police are cracking down on gang violence in the city too. A lot of extra patrols around. Some government officials have been seen around too, they say. Seems like, whatever the German FBI is getting involved.
Mm. I wouldn't mind doing a little FBI myself. Or MBI would be alright, I suppose.
Okay. Yeah, but the zoo was really great. A lot of cool animals there.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
How'd you like the gorillas?
Oh, they're very nice. There's this, there's that one that's really old that they're like, she's very nice. She was eating some, like a head of cabbage or something. Very happy about that.
What about that, silverback?
Oh, yeah, he was just lounging around, doing some funny things. Gorilla stuff and all. They had a lot of interesting apes and stuff.
Were there any people throwing some food to the gorillas?
Oh, no, they wouldn't have done that.
Hmm.
Oh, you mean like trainers? Or, no,
no, like the visitors to the zoo.
Oh, no. Nothing like that. They do have some things where you can get up to feedings and stuff. But they really, you can see some feedings, which they do have a gorilla feeding, which I was there by, where the zookeepers do that. Which, they had a nice lady there talking about it. I have no idea what she was saying.
Yeah, that makes sense. Maybe we could find you...
To be fair, this is actually an American tourist destination as well.
Oh, yeah. So, he probably could have gotten, like, one of those little translating things you can get, but, he did not buy one.
Yeah.
No.
Okay. That makes sense.
Oh, he's not from Canada. He's from the Midwest, thank you. He's, God. Don't you know?
Minnesota.
Minnesotan. That's right. I forgot Minnesota existed for a moment. Well,
all right. Let's see.
Apparently they have some special things where you can meet some animals and stuff, which was really nice. I was able to stop by and say hi to the giraffes. Apparently they have one for the elephants too, but you gotta sign up online, and it's like a 9-month wait time. I heard about.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is impressive.
Mm-hmm.
But when you meet the elephants, do you also get to feed them, or?
Oh, I don't know really. For the giraffes, we just gave them like a piece of lettuce and said hi and all, and then we were just supposed to move on. So it wasn't anything big, you know. It was you kind of had to pay. It was a little extra kind of paying to do that kind of thing. But fortunately, I've been saving up some money since you've been paying me a little bit. I don't really have much to spend since you gave me housing and food.
I would have given him money for the zoo.
Yeah.
That same $200 that we stole.
Yeah. So yeah. The giraffes was able to pay for the private kind of thing there. It was was only 80 euros, which was kind of expensive, but I got to hang out with it, and it was really cool.
Hmm.
You know, we got to, like, see the giraffe a little bit. We weren't too close, though. I got to feed it some lettuce, you know, and the trainer got to tell me. That trainer spoke a little decent English, so I got to know about it, too.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it seems like that most of these little guided tour things, mostly in German, but you can ask for English. I'm happy about that. So I had a real fun day. Got to do all kinds of stuff.
Neat.
Oh, I think we're gonna go with,
Oh, I did learn about something that might be able to help us, though. Apparently, there are some, like, evening tours of the zoo. Depends on when sun sets, they say. So it is after sunset. And you can pay for a group to go in there and get a little tour privately.
Ooh.
Doesn't, you know, it's a little more expensive, but kind of interesting. So a couple people do take it up. Yeah. We could have just done that, too.
Yeah. That probably would have been a lot smarter.
Well, you know, you only wanted me to go in now. You didn't have to set me in before.
That is true.
Well, anything else I can tell you about the zoo in my time there?
why do I feel like this was, like, an easy thing that Tantus had thought of, like, from the beginning, and then we went a really convoluted way?
100%, yeah.
I was never going to say anything about all the stuff I looked up on this place. Let me put it this way. I just let you guys roll, and it's always wonderful. For 220 euros, you could have gotten an evening tour one of the nights.
We could still do that, and then, like, you know, knock out the keepers and run off with the gorilla.
I mean...
We just all have to be in some, like... Well, two of us would have to be in some, you know, special effects makeup. Put some fake noses on, you know.
Why?
I don't want to get recognized. I still want to go to the monkey bar at least once before I leave.
We had our masks on.
No, but I mean, if we
it's
got
more
a
like if we're
tour
gonna do, yeah.
and knock out the tour guide, you know.
You're saying like if we use that to steal the gorilla.
Because the thing is, they specifically do say, we open up some of the animal houses to take a peek inside to find out who has hit the hay for the night and who is still up.
Oh my god, they literally opened the door for us.
Curious to inspect the unexpected nighttime visitors.
I want to go to that zoo. That sounds great.
I mean, it's expensive for a group, but they do say I don't know how many they... 220 per group plus 750 euro reduced admission for each person. Payment via invoice.
Ooh.
So I guess if you get like a large tour group together, it becomes cheaper? I don't know.
That sounds very fun.
I feel like this is an opportunity.
You could go to a zoo. You can't really go other places.
It's also more that like. Okay, so here's my thought. We've got Nathan basically he could follow around on the tour invisible. When we get if we get to the gorilla cages, or when we get to the gorilla cages, sneak in, appear as the woman, and then sneak out with the gorilla.
And if anyone asks
he's
you,
following
you're just
around
like, I'm the vet.
I'm the vet, bitches.
And if he's caught on camera while he's invisible with the group, it's not going to appear suspicious because it's just like another guy walking with a group.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Wow, yeah, that's a much easier plan.
Yeah, that works really nicely.
Mm-hmm.
Perhaps we could cause a very minor distraction when we get to the gorillas. That way I can maybe take the time to Google it. It's going to be a little difficult, but it'd be an extra step that'd be very useful.
So how much blood does it take to ghoul?
I think you really only have to give it 1 blood point, pretty much.
How long does a blood point stay viable outside the body?
Depending on how it's stored.
I'm thinking soaked in cabbage.
Not for an incredibly long amount of time, because again, it's going to be just like anything soaked in blood. Once the blood dries out, it's going to be less viable. It'll lose.
So if we put it in a Tupperware in the fridge, Ryan can take it to the zoo.
Yeah, it's most of the time. I think vampire blood is a little bit more, powerful, but
and
vital.
we could sneak it in because we can make it look like kimchi. Red cabbage.
Or we could just sneak it in on the invisibles.
Yeah, that's true. But, just in case he doesn't want to carry it.
Oh God, I've got to look up some extra things on VtM now.
Yeah, I'm trying to...
It also depends on the type of vampire blood, or the type of blood and how potent it is too. I'm going to assume. I would assume. Okay. Yeah. You don't have to have a ghoul ingest it. You can inject it into them.
Oh.
A vampire might give a mortal or animal dose of her vitae, allowing the mortal in question to eject or ingest it.
An extra step of the plan. You're invisible, you then disguise yourself as the vet. Seeing the vet give a shot to the gorilla.
And to get close to the gorilla even, you could just stay invisible.
And keeping it in a a vial or a syringe would keep it viable for longer.
All right. So now, going back to how we're going to then get it out, we schedule this evening tour.
This could be how we get it to go. We ghoul it, talk to it, get it to act up. This is how we can get some called in.
Okay. So presumably you'll be able to speak to it or whatever when we go to the gorilla area. I should be able to inject it either invisibly or disguised. Invisibly will probably be significantly easier. And then, how do we... Let's see. Then, how long does it take for the blood to drive it mad?
To change it?
Yes.
Good question. Um. Hmm. As soon as it gets it,
Okay.
Vita is treated. It gets a single blood point and is treated as a base ghoul. It still would have to learn abilities, basically, which animals could easily naturally develop certain abilities. That's why animals are very easy to train into the physical disciplines, because basically it's if you just like strength train a gorilla, it'll probably get some potence.
Okay. But it won't start with any of them. necessarily.
It will gain a dot in potence automatically.
Okay.
The power of the Dominator's blood carries over to the ghoul. After a drink, they gain 1 dot in potence.
Wow.
So,
Impressive.
some super strength as soon as it gives it to you. Give it to them.
Okay. So, it will then presumably go mad.
Yes and no. Ghouls are more prone to frenzying.
If we wanted to get it to go mad, we'd have to, like, overdose it on Vitae.
Oh, God. Giving it too much has very weird side effects. Let me put it this way, because,
Let's avoid that.
a ghoul can hold
okay.
multiple blood points in its system, but it can't hold more than human capacity, and it has unpleasant side effects if you would replace all of its blood with vampire blood, basically.
Right.
So,
I'm very much hoping not to do that.
mhm.
That's fair. I was just like, I vaguely remember something about, like, something happens if they, like, get too much or something.
Yes.
But if it gets stuck with a needle
Mhm.
and all of a sudden has these strange feelings welling up inside of it,
Mhm.
it probably wouldn't take much to cause it to become aggressive, correct?
We have to use Dawn's blood.
Let me give you important notes about here. Animal ghouls tend to grow larger and mutate. So it may change. Probably not right away, but you're probably going to get a change.
Well,
And-
we're gonna need, like, honestly, we're thinking about doing things the same night, in my opinion.
Going to quickly
Right.
get everything done so you don't have to worry about it doing
Yeah.
its ghoul-based things.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, I just saw that.
I mean, Wick
ghouls
effectively has
inherit a
tiny
lesser
hands,
form.
you know, which is kind of you don't notice it, but he's got like mutant hands probably. He's got, and that crocodilian's probably bigger than your average black caiman of its age.
Sure.
Yeah, but the reason I bring this up is because it says that basically ghouls inherit a lesser form of the Dominator's weakness.
The person who created them effectively.
Yeah, and Bruja has frenzy easier, so
Oh yeah.
But we don't want it to frenzy. We want it naturally mad and angry so that it becomes aggressive, and with its extra strength that it's not used to, will start damaging things. At which point, you can say, I'm a veterinarian in the United States. Let me try and talk to it. After you trank it a bit. And then you can calm it down. The
I won't be able to drink it. But
No. But the
Calm it
zookeepers will naturally do. And you can offer your services as a veterinarian, calm it down, and then offer to stay with it on the drive.
or stay with it until the real vet arrives, which could be you.
Potentially, yes.
And then maybe I could offer to stay with it, and that's how we can keep it. I like this plan.
Right.
And I get to go around the zoo.
Yes. In fact, the two of you could very easily pose as a couple.
But I'd miss half of the zoo tour. I assume she'll finish it
What?
once the gorilla's taking it off.
I imagine that once a gorilla goes absolutely apeshit, that they would probably cancel the tour for the evening and offer a refund.
I think part of this plan would be helpful is if we get extra people to be in this group.
Mm-hmm. Agreed.
Well, we have Ryan.
Yes, we have Ryan.
Yes.
We could find some thugs that want a trip at the zoo, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm.
Or just offer free tickets online and a whole group of people will turn up.
Mm-hmm. Or invite PETA.
I like that
Actually-
we still want to blame PETA.
Actually, that's kind of interesting because they could cause a ruckus over the treatment of the apes, causing it to go mad, which will cause a great distraction for the security guards, who will then be less able to concentrate on who is arriving to pick up the gorilla and what is going on with the gorilla, because they will also have to deal with crazed PETA.
Which is much worse than a crazed gorilla.
Exactly.
That's kind of what I was thinking. Like, get actual PETA members.
Mm-hmm.
So the idea is that you're gonna go take the night tour and use that to get the gorilla and use PETA to like make it get out pretty easily, kind of thing.
Yeah, they can cause a ruckus as the gorilla's being taken off and, you know, given vaccines or whatever they think.
Mm-hmm.
And this might give us enough time to... Now we need someone... Okay. We need someone to have a animal transport ambulance or whatever. Yeah.
Yes.
That's the only this last part we need to figure out, and that we could easily probably get through some hirees and some odd work and just thugs and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Man, it'll be easy.
Would you be able to find out what they tend to use for transportation?
Very.
Wasn't that one of the things you were supposed to find when you were in the security office?
Yeah, you can find out. There's probably some vans for transporting animals.
Okay.
Yeah.
Vans from the zoo?
Yeah, zoo vans.
I mean, it would make sense.
All right.
Yeah. They're probably some personal vans used for transporting animals when they need them, kind of thing, or transporting other materials.
Excellent.
So they do have such a thing as an animal ambulance. And like veterinary hospitals do have animal ambulances as well.
Yeah. All right. So, set up an evening zoo tour.
Mm-hmm.
Invite PETA. Subdue and drug the vet.
Mm-hmm.
Get the vet's phone. Disguise myself as the vet, I suppose.
You'll follow around as invisible, so you can be the one to prick it, etc., and then basically leave, come in as the vet after you get the call.
Yes. I'll present a difficulty. First of all, it is quite difficult to disguise myself as a woman accurately.
If you're wearing loose enough clothing, you've just got to get the face.
Yes. The difficulty is that out of game, I have to hit 5 successes,
Oh.
Oh.
and it's difficulty 8, I think. So I can try it several times,
You'd have.
but I need to
and
be
you'll
in
probably-
that character the whole time.
Mhm.
So I could be in character and then use obfuscation at the zoo to get in and stab the thing. However, then it would be her walking around. Well, I suppose she could just wear a hood.
Yeah.
Yeah, just wear a hat.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, sounds like you have yourself a plan that you can start putting together. Why don't we take our break here, and then we can get into this a little bit more.
All right.
Okay.
Second break.
And start our plan, I guess.
It's start of a plan. So we're gonna take our second break here. If you again need bathroom, snack, or drink, go ahead and take care of it. Any of those things, and we'll be back in a little bit for actually beginning to put this plan together. So see you in a minute, folks.